Hi everyone, I hope you're having a good day, good week, good month, whatever's going on in your life, I hope it's going good. Um, where do we start? Well, first, before I get into everything, I just want to say thank you for all of your kind words, all of your words of encouragement, all the love, all the support for Sean and I over this past year and for myself since Sean has passed. It's just been truly amazing, and I am honored, and Sean and I both are honored to have such amazing people in our lives. You have no idea. I'm sorry I haven't been able to respond to everybody's messages, but I've read them all, and I love you all. Please know that from the bottom of my heart. I love you guys so much, and Sean also loves you as well. Okay, so where are we now? Well, today's Easter. It's been officially 4 weeks since I said goodbye to Sean. To say this has been emotional would be the understatement of the year. This is difficult. I still feel like my heart was ripped out of my chest on March 6th, and now it's just a muscle keeping me alive. That's all there is. The last 4 weeks have been the hardest 4 weeks of my life, the saddest 4 weeks of my life, the most painful 4 weeks of my life. Sean would talk about the darkness when going through chemo. He would talk about the places that he was in, and he talked about them on here, on Instagram, and now I'm right there with him. Have you ever been underwater too long? Like maybe you dove into the pool, into the deep end, or you went too deep in the ocean, and you start running out of air, right? And you look up, and you can see the surface, it's right there, but you panic because you believe you will never make it to the top before you drown. There's that moment where you can either keep swimming as hard as you can, or you can stop and you can just reach out your hand and drift back down, slowly fading away into the darkness. I was at that place where I didn't want to swim to the surface. It was tough, it was emotional, and it's a place that I've never been in before. I know it's a place that Sean's been in with chemo, but I had never been there. I am forever thankful for a friend, very good friend, who reached out to me at that very moment and pulled me out of the water. And I know Sean was right there pulling me out as well with my friend, and I kept hearing him say, "Not like this. You have to be as strong as I was last year." And that moment was a wake-up call for me. It just got me thinking about this new life that I'm in. And all I could see was Sean saying, "Be as strong as I was last year. You can do this." Which was tough, because I don't feel like I can do this. It's very hard. So from there, that bad moment, that dark, dark place, I tried to pull my brain together and think about, where do I go from here? What do I do? Sean is wanting me to be strong, but all I want to do is lay in bed with the covers pulled over my head and just cry. Sean and I didn't talk about this part of the journey. For me, I wanted to keep Sean in the positive as much as possible. I would say to him, don't dwell on what happens when you go. Let's just focus on the present, where you are right now with all the treatments, and stay focused on your health so we can have as much time that we can in the future. I didn't want him to have to think about death and what happens to Stef when I'm gone, or any of that stuff, because it was just so painful for him, and I felt like it was taking down his health by thinking about my health. And that's all Sean. Like, Sean is a total selfless individual, and he gave everything to me, and I didn't want him to give his life, that part of his life, to me. But even with me saying that, we didn't talk about this part. Sean would say two things to me over and over and over again. The first was that he knew this was going to be a hard transition for me. He wanted me to know that he would always be here, and that he wanted me to smile again. That was such a big thing for him. Sorry, this is hard. The second thing that he wanted me to keep our channel going and to keep traveling. He would say to me, "I know it's going to be hard for you to do this, but it may help someone else, and it will probably help you too." And then, of course, he would follow that up with a true Sean statement with something like, "And you better believe it that I still want to see the world, so you better take me with you. Don't leave me here at the house. I want to go on all of your adventures with you." And I would always laugh and say, okay, okay, sweetie, I will try. I'll do my best. I said I would be like, I can't promise anything, but maybe one day after I will find the strength. And so I would tell him that, and we'd laugh about it. And so that conversation would go on, and life would go on, and we would forget about it and forget that conversation, forget about death, and move on with chemo treatments and everything else. But now we're here. We're here. See, we're here. I am now on the other side of our cancer journey. It's the side that no one wants to imagine, the club that no one wants to be part of. Where do I go from here? Well, I don't know, to be honest. I have no idea. I am barely getting through the days, but I am trying to embody the message that Sean has always said to me. And he would say, be as strong as I was last year. And I've been hearing that message over and over again in my head. If I could do chemo, you can keep going. So with today being Easter and exactly 4 weeks since Sean has passed, I figured it was the perfect day to start this rebirth and try, that's the word, try to find a new normal, find a new path. I figured it was time to honor Sean's wishes and pull back the curtain of what life is like after you lose the most precious thing in the world. And I know Sean showed us the good, the bad, the ugly of his cancer journey, and this step, unfortunately, is part of that for a lot of people. And I don't know what will happen week to week. There will surely be tears, like a lot of tears. But I'm hoping there will also be smiles, and I want to share those with you. I want to show you what it's like. I want to keep Sean's message going, Sean's memory alive, because he started this, and I want to keep that going. And I feel like as long as I keep his name out there for me, he's still with me. I love you, baby. Before we end this, if you're going through a devastating loss, spouse, parent, friend, pet, relationship, job, doesn't matter what it is, please have a way to reach out to someone to let them know that what you are going through. Know that you are special and the world needs you in it. I love you all. Hopefully we go on some magical journeys together.